everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a Kylie skincare review, and I did not buy the whole set. I'm going to tell you that now. I only bought two products that you guys kind of wanted to know the most about, and I definitely asked around, and a lot of people said that these two products were the ones they want to hear about, so I'm going to give that to you. I also want to disclaim that this video is going to be about Kylie's products and not Kylie herself. A lot of people had a lot to say about her line even before it came out, and I felt like that was a bit unfair because we don't really know 100%, you know, everything that's in her products, and especially the Walnut Scrub, which I'm going to review. A lot of people have a lot to say about, which is okay, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't know anything about Kylie Jenner, and this has nothing to do with her. All it has to do with is her product formulations and if they work. So we're going to find that out. So yeah, let's get into this video. So the first thing that I want to go over is the packaging. I actually love the packaging. I really like how she ombre'd everything. I don't know if this is just like a me thing, but it's very like matte, and even her like marketing and her branding, I've seen a lot of people talk about that in other videos on YouTube. It's amazing. Her like the aura she gives off in her videos of her products is just amazing. Like how she seems so like plush and like youthful and just like soft. I feel like I get that from her packaging. It's just very cute. Okay, so let's talk about ingredients. So the first thing that I want to talk about, oh my god, I almost lost one of them. So the first one that I want to talk about is the Walnut Scrub, because I'm going to be honest, this was a no. I didn't like it. It kind of scared me. I'm going to be honest. I'm not here to like bash her products or anything. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I actually was genuinely a little nervous to use this, and I used it once but did not like it because I could feel the walnuts in here. And a lot of people were concerned about this even before it dropped. Walnuts, even if they are crushed to like a fine powder, they still don't lose their jagged shape, and that can cause micro tears in the skin. You don't want to create any small tears or wounds in the skin, because, you know, it's just exposed to different bacteria and that can cause infection. So I did not use this, and I'm a little upset that I kind of spent money on it, but it's chill. It's for you guys, and the walnuts, I can just feel them. It's not good. The next thing that I want to talk about is actually her eye cream, and I'm pretty picky about my eye cream, and I actually like my eye cream a very gel and almost essence-like texture. So you guys would see me using a lot of like very light and kind of milky textures with my eye creams. So this is kind of out of my league. I don't usually go for very thick eye creams, even though I do have dry skin, but I actually liked this, although it wasn't something that I would probably reach for again. I did like it, but I think the thickness kind of turns me off. I want to start off with, she used a lot of emulsifiers in here, and that's not a bad thing, but if you are not into thick products, you probably would not be into this. Yeah, she just used a lot of like cetyl alcohols, different types of fatty alcohols to emulsify. She used this one product, this one ingredient that actually interested me, because she said she's fragrance free, and then I saw this one thing that had like ester on the end, and it kind of concerned me, but I did a little research, and it's called Candelilla. Oh lord, you know, it's called Candelilla. Yeah, Candelilla jojoba rice bran polyglycerol 3 esters. So I did a little research on this, and this is completely fine, completely safe. It's not a fragrance, it's actually a stabilizer and an emulsifier, and it's used to just thicken products. So I just realized that she really wanted this nice and thick, which could be ironic, if you know what I mean. Anyways, So she also used jojoba seed oil in here, which is an anti-inflammatory ingredient that can be a little bit on the thick side. I personally think I find it on the thick side. I know some people find it a little bit on the drier side, but I find it more of a thicker oil, to be honest. If you have oily skin or you're prone to clogged pores, since its consistency is actually so similar to human sebum, human oil, it could be an issue for you. But it is an anti-inflammatory. It will help with redness and soothing inflammation. Also, there are a lot of antioxidants in here. The jojoba seed oil does have a very high vitamin E concentration, so that's really good for repairing the skin barrier. This product also just contains vitamin E, vitamin C, and green tea. Green tea is a really great antioxidant for brightening, so is vitamin C, and then of course vitamin E is naturally found within the skin, so it's perfect for locking in moisture and just strengthening the skin barrier in general. Also, to kind of jump back to the jojoba seed oil, that's really good if you have dry skin for repairing the lipid barrier, especially since it's so similar in consistency to sebum, that if you have a damaged like lipid barrier, that would be really good for repairing that. So if you have very dry skin or dry patches around the eye, this might be something that you're very interested in. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is actually pretty important, and I want to address it. So Kylie decided to go the non-paraben, paraben-free route, right? All right, so parabens are used to preserve ingredients within your product, right? And there is an ongoing myth that parabens are bad for the skin, right? And that is completely untrue. They do not cause harm to the skin. They're there to make sure that there are no like pathogens within your product. They're preserving your ingredients. Like you preserve your food in the refrigerator, right? So the thing with going paraben free is that brands will use other preservatives that aren't as safe for the skin in their formulations, and a lot of people are like, oh, since it's paraben free, it's good for you, right? But it's not. It's like not 100%. You don't know yet. So just because something says it's blank free doesn't mean that it's automatically a good product. You actually have to read the ingredients to make sure they're not using any harmful preservatives in place of those parabens. So the good thing about this is that Kylie did use good preservatives in place of parabens. So she used, and excuse my French, she used phenoxyethanol, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, and caprylyl glycol. So I apologize if I'm completely butchering that. I will leave those down below if you guys want to read them for yourselves. But these preservatives are often used in place of parabens, and they're widely used in a lot of skincare products in general globally. You just have to make sure that they're used within like a certain concentration, but otherwise they're really good like preservatives. They're not like sensitizing or anything, so that's a plus for me. So the last thing I want to talk about in this product is the shea butter, and that is also an emulsifier. It thickens the product, and shea butter is high in linoleic acid. So for oily skin types, it's not going to be like a very greasy feeling on the skin. It's more of like a dry type of like thickness, I guess. Like in oils, there's oleic and linoleic acid concentrations, and the higher in linoleic acid the concentration is, then the drier the oil, so it's not going to be as of a greasy feeling on the skin. Yeah, so basically this has a high antioxidant concentration, and it is derived from plant lipids, so it's just a very good strengthening and kind of, I find it calming. I find shea butter pretty calming and just very hydrating and moisturizing, but it definitely does have a thick feeling. So if we want to kind of go over the textures, I will talk about the Walnut Scrub first. And the Walnut Scrub texture, kind of find it a little rough. You can feel the pieces of the scrub on your hand, and I know a lot of people like that feeling, but there are definitely other products that you can buy that give you that feeling but aren't tearing your skin. The eye cream I found was kind of on the thick side, but it wasn't on the greasy side. It definitely had like this weird dry thickness to it. But I did find, and I don't know if anyone else has felt this with this eye cream, but I found that it oxidized really fast. And I don't know if that's just me, but I remember I put it, when I first used it, I put it under my eyes and I felt like it oxidized really quickly, so I had to rub it in really fast. But then after a couple more uses, like, I found that it didn't oxidize as quickly, but sometimes there is a little product left on this applicator here. So the thing with this is it actually has a cute little applicator, but it doesn't like rub it in for you. I still recommend that you tap it in yourself. And when there's product left on it, it does oxidize and it kind of like hardens quickly. So I haven't really seen that with like my other eye creams, but maybe this is just different. I don't know. I just see that it oxidizes quickly. So my overall encompassing thoughts, for me, I'm just going to have to give the Walnut Scrub a no. I just don't really like the texture of it, and it does kind of make me a little nervous with the walnut in it. The eye cream, I'm going to have to say that this is actually a really nice eye cream. I think that there was a lot of thought put into this. I do think for me it's personally too thick, but it doesn't cause any buildup of product within the skin. So that's a good thing, because a lot of thick eye creams can cause that, and that is definitely not a good thing if it does do that. But since this is thick and it doesn't cause buildup, I do like that. It's just too thick for my liking, but I don't think someone with oily skin would not like this. I have to say, it's more on the dry side, if anything, when it comes to like thicker eye creams. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. Overall, I think that it's really great that Kylie released a skincare line, because it encourages people to really value their skin and learn that skincare is an important part in caring for yourself and your body. I also like how she incorporated almost a Korean style like routine, which is really interesting and shows how the Korean skincare industry is just like growing and kind of bleeding into different countries. So I think that's really amazing how it's just like expanding itself. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and yeah, bye.